Dacey, bitterly disappointed evening on a bitterly cold Tuesday night. Just how do you reflect on the last 2 hours of football?
Accountability has to be done by the players. It's really easy for me to sit here and blame. You can see goals the way that we did today. Nothing to do with coaching, management. I can kind of excuse maybe the first goal because they scored after 30, 40 seconds. But the goal they scored, we've conceded 3 or 4 times. Like, it's the same goal. It goes wide, we don't get out to the man. Cross comes in, we don't defend the front post, and they score. It's poor. And then I thought we were brilliant. We reacted extremely well. There was no panic. We rightfully equalised. We then had attack after attack after attack. We put balls into the box, we forced Sean to make saves, we hit the crossbar. And then the second goal, and it's happened a few times here, just knocked the stuffing out of the team, the management, the supporters. And again, that has happened a couple of times here because it was so unnecessary, and players have to be accountable for very basic mistakes that over 90 seconds they scored twice from. Said it at half time, said it at full time. I will be the one that gets the jip. I have for the first time during the game had that. I'm a big boy, can deal with that. But it's on the players now. I've not made those mistakes. They have to be brave, they have to be accountable. And at the minute, as a group, they're not, and that means that changes will have to be made.
You mentioned there the reaction to that, the going down, going behind, so quickly. It really felt like we were going to be the ones to go on to score 2, 3, 4. It just felt like we were just bombarding them with attack after attack. How disappointed were you to not really go in at half time 3 or 4 ahead?
It's kind of been writing on the wall in a number of games. There's been games where we have done that and you've been 2, 3 ups, and Albans and Dartford and Whitstable and vice versa like that, where you've annihilated them, and we do that quite frequently. And I'm hoping now with the signing of Ruben and another one who should be coming through the door over the next week or so, that we have that killer instinct. If we're not creating those chances, I think it's more of a worry, but we are. We moved the ball very well. I was extremely happy for 25 minutes. Like I said, we then decided to knock the stuffing out of ourselves, and what I'll say in this division is teams don't often throw away leads. And fair play to Cray Valley. They nibbled off 2 mistakes, but they were a side that were really there for the taking today, as were Burgess Hill. You can't go and play extremely well against the teams right up the top and really compete and make it look like that you're a top side, and then over the last couple of weeks capitulate against everybody lower than us.
And then looking ahead then to the weekend, obviously I suppose it's 3 points now kind of needed to get back on track.
It was team talk Saturday. We need 9 points from the next week, and we currently have 1. So your turnover of if we beat #, we've got no given right to beat them. You take 4 points out of 9 is not acceptable for this club and the players that we have here. And we just said to them here that they're going to find them. I don't think we would ever be personally close to a relegation battle. I'm not willing to sit here and sit mid-table and go, oh, that's progression from what it's been the last couple of years. I'm trying to get this club promoted, I'm trying to get this club silverware, I'm trying to kick younger players on, and I'm trying to kick myself on, to be honest. Dulwich hopefully is not my final destination. But we can only do that with the players, and I feel like we do a huge amount, and they put a hell of a lot of effort in. Maybe second half some of them didn't believe, and if that's the case, no problem, then we're just going to have to reshuffle.
Do you think then, to answer maybe a more difficult question, in the second half when they kind of banked 11 behind the ball, which they're probably always going to do, you think we struggled then to have kind of a plan B to go forward and really kind of create chances?
We kind of had in the back of our head that we were going to change the shape because we were able to bring Ruben on, and it doesn't work with him playing wide and playing Millsy as a 9, and Millsy had been, I think, pretty effective first half, and I learnt, I think it was last week, when I took him off, and probably shouldn't have. So we changed the shape, and it was actually still on to play, and we were giving that instruction over, and then we just kept doing everything and what Cray Valley wanted. The boys have got to understand that a change of shape doesn't necessarily mean that means we're chucking the ball down Millsy's neck, and that's what we resulted to, and that part's disappointing because we're not paying attention to what the game needs and what the game requires. It's such a catch-22 because a lot of football fans, naturally, and probably me when I was younger as well, quite fickle in terms of all they see is the result. I think for long periods, especially in the first half, maybe not as much in the second half, we played well and we've created chances. Like I said, we've hit the bar twice. We probably on another day score 4 or 5 and the mistakes don't happen. But it is what it is. We hit the red button and just came off what we wanted to do, and that just made life very easy in the end for them in really a second half where nothing really happened.
Thursday night then training, what's the plan there? Is it rehab and recovery and dust ourselves down and try and gear kind of the place up a bit to get going again on Saturday? Or
it's the magic question, because I'm maybe coming across a little bit like I'm beaten here, and I'm far from it. The fire couldn't be any more lit inside my belly to put this right. It's on them, innit? It's how much they want to train, it's how much they want to work, it's how much they want to pay attention to analysis, it's how much they want to recover their body. You know, all we're going to do now is focus on Saturday, and it's not the case of we just brush the day off. Today will just be one that we have to deal with, which we'll do with other games as the kind of Tuesday, Saturday start to die off and we've got 2 training sessions, then we can analyse ourselves properly. But it's down to the attitude in which they come in and how they apply themselves, because now, unfortunately, this place is not feared how it was maybe a couple of months back.
You mentioned there that you're not beaten and the fire in your belly is still very much roaring. What's your message then to the fans who've probably followed us home and away in those last few weeks where maybe the form hasn't been great? What's your message to those guys, and just about how passionate I suppose you are over the next few weeks?
I think they've got every right to be annoyed, disappointed. Naturally that's aimed at me, and again that kind of is what it is. If you can't see the improvement, not really too sure what you're watching, but we'll get it right, and I know you've heard that multiple times over the years, but yeah, we'll be fine, mate, trust me. Put my name on that.
Dacey, we'll catch up on Thursday.
Thank you, mate.